Hey y'all, I'm Angie, and I packed for a 3.5 week trip to Australia in an underseat bag, and I still overpacked, believe it or not. This is everything I packed for my Australia trip. I already have a full video breaking this down, so today I want to talk about what actually worked, what didn't, and what I do different. So let me talk about the MVPs of the trip. First up, for my clothes, oh my gosh, my rompers and my maxi dress. I wore those things out practically every day. Not to say that I didn't wear any of my other clothes, but because it's so easy to throw the dress and the rompers on, I could just get up and go. And often I wore the rompers when I was going out exercising because they are of a good dry fit material. So oftentimes, especially when I was staying in the Brisbane area, I would walk along the boardwalk of the beach every single day. So I'd wake up, get out, get going by just throwing on my romper. It wasn't like I had to piece together any type of outfit. So dress, rompers, go to. And like I said, other clothes definitely got some play, but I feel like I probably could have got by with just the rompers, a dress, a pair of trekking shorts, and this shirt, and I would have been golden. Next up, I packed a hat. I actually wore it as part of my travel day outfit. I kind of borrowed it from my mom and probably not giving it back, but it helped out tremendously because it kept the sun off of my little head and it kept the sun out of my face. Now, the thing about that hat, it didn't match any of the things that I wore. It was like a light purple and everything else was not that color, but I didn't really care as long as the hat was doing its job, and it definitely did. And lastly, my bathing suit and cover up or coverall, whatever you want to call it. Those two together, they did amazing. I didn't want for anything else. I didn't feel like I needed another coverall or another bathing suit. Just having one of each was enough. It was perfect. I would just throw it on, walk out the house, go to the beach. I could easily keep it in my bag when I was adventuring if I didn't know if I was going to the beach. So those two were major players. Let me talk about my other MVPs that aren't clothing. My power bank was a major hitter on this trip. I essentially took that power bank everywhere. When I was in Australia, I did not rent a car, so I was constantly taking public transportation. When you take public transportation, things take a little bit longer than they would if you were driving, right? So I would just throw that power bank in my crossbody bag and I would just adventure out for the day. And I never had to worry about if my phone would die because I was constantly using my phone to get directions for the public transportation. I didn't know what I was doing, but I could pull up the website or the app needed, figure out where I needed to go, and yeah, that would get me oriented. But I had to have my power bank because I didn't want to be without those directions. Next up, my day pack. I took that sucker everywhere. I took it to the beach. I took it when I went out on my adventures. I just stuffed that bag full of everything. I had my water bottle in there. I have some snickety snacks. I have my power bank, as I mentioned. And I will also use that bag for a reusable bag for groceries. So when I was in Sydney, there was a grocery store in walking distance, and I constantly took my day pack to use when I was grocery shopping. So that bag was definitely used a lot. Next up, my fans. I went to Australia in the thick of summer, and those fans were working overtime, both my manual fan and my lanyard fan. And my lanyard fan, I used that I made a makeshift like a tabletop fan out of it because where I was staying, they didn't have aircon or AC in the room. And so I set it up, I jerry rigged it with my travel adapter to make it stand up. So I use that fan all the time. And my manual fan, I had really bad hot flashes when I was in Australia. Oh well. But I kept that fan in my crossbody bag constantly so I could just whip that thing out and cool off. All right, let me talk about the things that didn't work. These are the things that I overpacked. First thing, I didn't use my black slip dress. And I know I was so excited to switch out the color, changing it over from gold to black because I always bring my gold one, but I thought maybe black will be more classy. Yeah, no, didn't wear it at all. Thought I would have a fancy occasion, but that didn't happen. So no to the slip dress. Also, I brought a belt. And this is the thing, I never wear a belt. Maybe I should, but I just don't. And in my mind, I thought I was going to do some like fashion thingies with some of the items that I brought. I ain't use that belt. I ain't use it one bit. And this is a lesson learned. Like, I know who I am. I'm not fancy, so why am I trying? No belt, no slip dress. Next, I didn't wear my compression pants. I thought I was going to be out and about hiking, doing all these things. And usually when I go hiking, I don't like to wear shorts. I like to wear compression pants instead. I like to keep my legs covered. Did not go hiking. Also, I thought I would potentially go to work out. I ain't do that either. But I did work out and just in another way. I was doing a lot of walking. But I just threw on my romper instead. So I didn't even use the compression pants. And the last thing, it's not a clothing item, but I brought an external hard drive thinking that I needed redundancy, right? Because not only I have my camera, which I'm recording on, I have my computer, which I could save, pics and videos to. I also have a thumb drive. So I don't need that external hard drive. I didn't use it not one bit. And I hadn't learned that lesson yet because I brought it on the trip that I'm on now. But I promise I'm not bringing it anywhere else. I don't need it. The thumb drive is enough. Let's talk about some lessons I learned. So for this trip, I did something a little bit different with my travel day outfit. Typically, I wear a black t-shirt. It might have some graphics on it or whatnot. This time, I decided to wear a white shirt, white t-shirt. And I thought that was smart, and it wasn't. That white got pretty dingy because, it's hot out there. I'm sweating. It's getting dirty. And yeah, the white shirt just didn't work for me. Additionally, you have white on, you're constantly thinking like, oh, I might drop something on my shirt. I don't want to get a stain on my shirt. So I really wasn't at ease when I wore that shirt. So lesson learned, I don't think I would ever bring a white shirt or anything white if I'm traveling because I'm just worried it's going to get dirty. So no to the white shirt. Next up, my perfume bottle. And I have struggled with this. If you've seen my previous videos about toiletries, I pack an entire perfume bottle in my liquids bag. It makes no sense whatsoever. I know I could bring something smaller. Many of you have suggested alternatives that I could use. I'm really concerned about the alternatives leaking, right? So I think I'm just not going to bring my perfume bottle anymore. Don't get me wrong, I definitely used it, but one, it takes up a lot of space and it's the actual glass bottle, so it's kind of heavy. I don't need that. I can do without it, so no to the perfume bottle. Lastly, many of y'all commented on the previous video that I should have waited to buy my toiletries or that I should wait to buy toiletries upon arrival. And I'm not going to lie, I agree with that. I did that for the current trip that I'm on. And yeah, that's solid advice. So moving forward, I think I would bring a little bit of toiletries to get me started. For instance, like a small toothpaste, a little bit of lotion, deodorant, whatever that can hold me over for a few days. And then once I arrive, hit the ground running, I can go buy whatever liquids that I need. So this is my next section up for debate. Do I want to stick with the sunscreen sticks or do I not? Do I just want to buy whatever sunscreen when I arrive? But since I already own it, I'm always on the fence. I'm like, if I have it, do I want to pay more money to go buy another version of it? I'm always trying to be a little bit frugal, so that's up for debate. Additionally, tripods. I brought two of them. One was a small one and one is the one I'm shooting on now that like goes up to like 5 feet. And I lost my little tripod. I was so upset I lost that tripod. It went in my crossbody bag. I would just throw it, crossbody bag purse, you know what I'm saying? It would go in there and I would just travel very easily with it because the other tripod that I'm using, it's about that long. It's not fitting in my crossbody bag. Now it will fit in my day pack. However, if I'm trying to travel light or be cute with my outfit and I don't want to bring my day pack, because I did not have my small tripod, I noticed that I was not filming content as much. So I don't know what I should do about that. If I should just get by with one tripod, I'm leaning towards 80% leaning towards just getting another small tripod so I can have something that's very small that I can keep on me and I can easily film. So y'all, that's everything. That's the things that work. That's the things that didn't. That's the things that I'm learning and I'm troubleshooting moving forward for next trips. So is there something that you always overpack? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't be afraid to subscribe. I would love to have you here. I drop videos every single week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.